right, how are we doing? Welcome back to another episode of the Green Monster Prospects. As always, I got Rob, and we are here, and it's going to be an exciting week. It's going to be a different week. You're still going to get your prospect talk a little bit, but the draft is coming up this Saturday, and I don't know how many people really get into the weeds of paying attention to the draft or any mock drafts, like how deep you get into it. So we are going to talk about some ideal targets that the Red Sox could possibly draft. I'm very fascinated with the draft just overall. So we are going to get into that. We're going to talk about the futures game, and it's going to be a fun episode. So hop in if you want to. Appreciate whoever is currently in here. Rob, how are you, man?
Doing pretty good. Figured I'll keep the celebration of July 4th going with somewhat of a July 4th
Look at you.
outfit.
Look at you.
Definitely got some promotions to talk about, including July 4th things. And, like you said, Tommy, I mean, draft is your bread and butter. College baseball is yours. I mean, I only know probably like two people that actually follow college baseball. What you do.
It's fun. College baseball is really fun. It's hard, I feel like, to watch it because it just there's so much overlap. Like they start earlier than obviously like spring training, but then it's like by the time conference play happens, it's MLB's in full swing, and that's really just when everyone just kind of makes that jump anyway. College baseball is fun. I wish they did a better job of promoting the College World Series. Because I do think it is really fun to watch. It's a very energetic atmosphere, once they get into Omaha. And you do see some of the best pitching performances. Like you just see guys that they don't care. They'll throw 100+ pitches and they'll do fairly well. It's a fun product to watch. There are a lot of good college names in this draft. We will get to that. But first and foremost, man, how was your week of Red Sox baseball? But this past week was very interesting. You have – you feel good after the Yankee series. You lose to the Nats, and it's like, well, who would have saw that coming? Well, probably a lot of people because it'd just be the most 2026 Red Sox thing ever. And then they sweep the Angels, a team that, similar record, but you're not on that level of bad. You're not that bad. You're not that level of bad. That's a different tier of bad. The Angels are. How was your week of soaking in some Red Sox baseball?
I feel like I'm a broken record. We talked last week about how they just came off a big series against the Yankees, but disappointing against the Rockies. And then you come in here, you lose to the Nats, but then you beat the Angels, you sweep them. So it's like, again, where kind of are we on this?
Well, it's fun now because you think about it as you're talking about this little seesaw battle. You go into the south side of Chicago, which they've been not just a fun story, but I think they're actually a good baseball team. But you're probably going to be doing that without Wilson Contreras because, he appealed the suspension. So it's like you're still waiting. So he got to play in the series against the Angels, which is huge because he had a big swing in every single game, which really kind of you probably make a case like without those swings, they maybe don't win those games. Cavalli got his lower to 5. I haven't seen the Contreras one yet, so I imagine
we could probably see it honestly tonight, or even
it'll probably end up happening tonight. I don't think we're seeing I don't think he's playing the next 2 series.
I just don't
if it does get dummied down to 5, you'll see him in the finale against the Mets. So it sucks for pitchers because pitchers you miss a start basically. Like the games count even though you're just sitting there but it's like for a batter, it's like, well, you're like those games matter because you're actually going to be out there. Like Cavalli,
20+ at-bats, Contreras is going to miss.
He'll miss a start and that's if Contreras even gets his lower. Like we don't know. He could end up getting the full 7, but I got to imagine he gets it lowered down. But either way, you're looking at the next series and maybe a half without him. It's a pretty tough blow. So Red Sox fans who are wondering what life would be like without Wilson Contreras, we're going to find out pretty quick. I mean, a guy that's on pace to set a career high in home runs, 100+ RBIs this year. He's been a very meaningful player. Speaking of we got some losses. I guess the other loss, Tristan Casas is just done. I mean, the wrist now, and it sucks too because he was rehabbing from the knee, but got like 2 other injuries in the process of. I just gotta wonder, like, what are they doing down there? Like, you've seen mechanical swing issues with like Campbell. He got like Roman has had like the oblique thing. Casas too. It's like, what are like? Even IKF was like, yeah, I'm just swinging really hard. It's like, what are we doing? Like, and I don't know. Like, I'm not there. I don't have the ins and outs. I don't. It's just based on whatever, does come out. But it's like, what the hell are they teaching them down there? Like, I know the bat speed program's a thing, but it's like, what is it with these guys? It's just nuts, man. Like,
if you had to take a guess, how many games Tristan Casas has played?
We haven't. It's just funny. Like, I listen to Section 10 a lot, and I know Tyler talks about like that second half of like 2023. Dude, that's like 3 years ago. Like, it's crazy how far removed we got from that. And it's crazy that he turned down that extension too. Could you imagine if he signed it? Like, if he signed it, it's like, holy shit. Like, it's a whole different.
24 home runs that year, and
he was a finalist for the Rookie of the Year that year because he had such a good second half, and then it's just like he's just never been able to stay out. Let me guess, the games he's played since 2024?
2022.
Oh, okay. God, what is it, like $120?
251 games.
Okay, so
he played 132 2023, and then nothing more than 63 in 2024. I mean, it's
crazy too. Like, you forget, like, he actually played last year. Like, he was on the team. Like, he was the starting first baseman last year.
I still remember when he got hurt too at first base.
I feel for him because it's just like every time you think like it's coming back and you think you're there, it's just like another setback. Like, it's just been a grind for him to get back, and I do really feel for him. I've been that fan like this whole time. I'm like, I'm not even factoring him into the plans. It had nothing to even do with the other injuries. I'm like, that knee injury was just really brutal. It's like, what does he look like? Like, what does that look like? Like, how does he respond from that? Like, and then you just have the conversation, like, where does he fit? Like, I mean, you have Wilson at first base, and then you the DH spot is already a carousel between, you had like Yoshida at the time, the 4 outfielders. It's like, what do we really do here?
Do you see him getting DFA'd maybe at some point?
It would really be a tough pill to swallow. He's one of those guys that I think, like, the potential that he truly does have. It's like we've seen that, like, and it was obviously a short sample, like, because it's never really been fully put together because he's never been able to stay healthy, but you see what the ceiling could be, and the potential really could be for the Red Sox to give up on him and to trade him to, I don't know, just to any team. It doesn't matter who it is. Like, it's just, and then he turns it around. Like, that's just such, because like, you're not going to get much for him. Like, you're talking like a mid-tier prospect, I would imagine. Like, you're not getting, it's not a baseball trade where it's like, all right, cool, I'll trade you like our high octane caliber first baseman that can probably hit you 30 plus home runs at some point for like your mid rotation starter. Like, I don't think that's happening. It maybe would be a similar deal like what we saw with like Harrison for Durbin, like just the amount of pieces like that went by. It would just be a shame to give up on him. Like, he's kind of like what they're doing with Duran. Like, his value is low right now. Like, you're not going to get what you want for Duran, but if you see Duran like elevate himself in the second half, then it's like, okay, like the value's there, then you can move him. I think you want to at least see what you have in Casas, but it's just like, what do you like? It's just, I think giving up on him would be almost really silly, because I think some team would be like, all right, we'll take a flyer on you. It costs nothing. It's free to take you on. It's free to bring you in, and then we'll see what you're made of. And then, if some teams can just kind of turn him into a high caliber player to just be another feather lost in the cap for the Red Sox ownership. And that's why like the Jeff Passan stuff came out today, like his percentage of what guys should be traded. I think it was like what was it? I think it was like 40% for Wilson Contreras. And I'm like, all right, yeah, like you do your job and listen. If some team just blows you out of the water, then yeah, like you definitely think about it. But it's like trading that guy would be hard, especially if you really want to actually win and envision winning. Like that's a guy you want. That's a guy that's your leader on the field, like a guy that actually cares. Like he plays with a ton of heart. Like he wants to win. You trade him, your first base position just a black hole. And
this lineup would be a black hole.
The lineup would be black. Well, yeah, that's what we're going to find out. We're going to find out about that. It just is what it is. And then, another tough break, and we don't know the severity of it, but Ranger Suarez is down now with the groin. Now, how severe it is, we don't know. And look, you can't trust this Red Sox medical staff. Like they just should learn their lesson by now. Like, do not talk about injuries because Roman's got a tear in his finger. So I don't expect to see him back. Crochet maybe after the All-Star break, but he's definitely going to need a rehab assignment. Patrick Sandoval's coming up. Patrick Sandoval. He hasn't pitched in the majors in 2 years. What does that look like? I mean, you have the stats up.
Yeah, he looked pretty solid in AAA. He had a 3.42 ERA, only pitching 23 innings, but a strikeout to walk rate of 22-13. Opponents are only hitting 190 off of him, and he has a whip of 1.23. So I mean, bring him up there should be solid. I think. He's
gonna like take on obviously the Ranger Suarez role for now. And that's Connolly early too. Like that's another one that's down, so that's fun. So. I mean, I don't know. I think hopefully this is just like a showcase type of thing. It's like, all right, we're going to trot you out there. Let's showcase you. Hopefully a team like sees it, likes it, wants to trade for it. Like that's kind of where I'm at least with that. Cause I don't know. He's going to pitch Wednesday. He's pitching the Wednesday game. He's going to take the finale against the White Sox before they go over to, yeah, it is because like, hopefully that's not a dud of a start. Like the White Sox are a very good team at home this year. It's just hopefully it's not a bad start. The bullpen's taxed, then you got to go to New York, and you got to, I mean, the Mets are the Mets, but it is what it is, right? Like, I mean, the Mets stink, but
Yeah, they had a certain amount of days, I think, to activate Sandoval from that list, so they had to do it relatively soon-ish, I think. I'd rather see him than Bayo at this point, though. Bayo's been solid-ish in AAA, 4.34 and 18 innings.
What are the walks?
Actually, really good on the walks. 22 Ks to 4 walks.
Oh wow! Okay, so he's pitching with pretty solid efficiency down there. I just, it's tough because, and then early seeing a specialist in Texas, I'm like, great, that's going to sign your death warrant. Like, we'll see you next year, which sucks because he's been really good. So it's like, what does that rotation even look like? Totally Gray. Sandoval, Bennett. Fuck, we are going to see Bayo. Oh.
Who else is on the 40 that they can just easily call up?
The depth is kind of, I don't want to say it's like gone, but it's like, I think the depth is sort of, I mean, this is it, I think.
Yeah.
Like Bennett came up for Bayo, but after this, it's like, I don't really know who else is left. Like,
some guys, mostly relief pitchers,
Yeah, I don't think it's somebody that's going to give you like a start, and then it's like, all right, like it's just going to be really like you just really got to hope Ranger Suarez just isn't hurt for a solid period of time. Like, and we will
All-Star game, take a break.
Yeah, like he's not pitching now at the All-Star game. No. Like, he's not going to pitch. Like, so. I mean, we'll see what happens there. I mean, that's really the news for the week. It's a lot of injury-related things, like suspension-worthy. Like, I don't think we've seen the result yet of all that good stuff. But, yeah, it just is what it is.
The call-up of Sandoval, though, kind of messed with my players to keep an eye on, players to watch. Jack Anderson got DFA'd, former Great Britain WBC not former Great Britain WBC player. He pitched 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 Ks. Had a pretty solid outing for the Woo Sox, and then he's just gone like that. We'll see if he gets traded or released or cleared on waivers in the next 10 days, not 7 days, 10 days. But he's no longer on the 40-man roster. I think that's pretty much it in terms of news.
Yeah, nothing yet on the Wilson Contreras suspension. I was checking the notifications because they do pop up. So we're going to move on to our what personally has become actually my favorite part of this this show is the promotion of the week, and this is where Rob comes in and he just talks about the promotions that went on in the ballpark, and we get to talk about what we would rather do. And it's exciting. Last time we had the Animal Fest, and that was fun. I was like, I'm gonna go hang out with
Derek Cheetah.
Yeah, Derek Cheetah. I'm gonna go hang out with him. I'm gonna hang out. Oh, how sick would it be if he was dressed up like the Cheeto Man? Like that would be solid, solid work.
Cross promotion.
But what are the promotions of the week, sir?
Yeah, so minor league baseball always has wacky promotions. This week, not as much flame as last week. You see a lot of American celebrations for promotions of the week. I wonder why. But so for my would you rather go to a ballpark that has firework promotions the night after the game, or the Portland Sea Dogs hosted Hot Dog Art Night? They had famous portraits on the concourses with hot dogs in them. So a little wacky on either end. Not a whole lot of promotions really besides that.
Oh, what was this? There we go. All right. Sorry, I was actually trying to change something for the YouTube, so my screen just cut out for a second. But yeah, you go first. What was your favorite aspect of the promotions?
I will say I'm not the biggest firework guy. Never been. I don't know if it's because when I was a kid going to these minor league baseball games, they have fireworks afterwards. Except you'd have to wait 30 minutes, I feel like, for the game after the game would end and see them go off. It's nice, but it's just a long night, But for the Portland Sea Dogs hosting Hot Dog Art Night, they only put a few up there, like Benjamin Franklin eating a hot dog. I'm like, okay, whatever. But just portraits with hot dogs in them. So I'm not really sure which way to lean. I'll probably go for firework night, to be honest, but that's just me.
So down here, it was hot. I'm talking, it was 100 degrees hot, and I don't like hot. I don't like summer when it's super hot, muggy. You walk outside, all the bugs are out. I mean, it felt sort of cooler, but it was still hot as shit at 9:30. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go take the hot dog paintings. I'm going to go see some weird hot dog art that has to do with the Portland Sea Dogs, because I think you could do some really fun shit with that logo, and you can make it. You could there's probably some pretty creative stuff out there. So I'm going to go to the hot dog art. I'm going to go to that night. I think that'd be fun, because then you could see all the different creativity of some people having it. I might even walk out with something. I might have new decor back here instead of my Paul Skeens jerseys right behind me. I might go ahead and have some Sea Dogs hot dogs. Oh, if they had a jersey, that would be sick.
So some teams, not Portland, none of the minor league Red Sox ones, but they had patriotic jerseys teams that they played that they auctioned off. I wouldn't say it's like a night thing to go to, like a promotion thing to go to. So I didn't include that, but. Did you see the Portland Sea Dogs have a festive hat for July 4th?
The hot dog it looked like. Oh, you're talking about for the hot dog night?
I think it was.
I didn't see that, but I did see I'm pretty sure the Miners had 4th of July hats that looked pretty similar to what the Red Sox wore in Major League Baseball.
I do love that. The numbers on the back when they have them all patriotic, it's pretty sick.
The hats were actually really clean. I'm not gonna buy one. I think. I had somebody in my Bruins group chat. They were like, "Yo, found this sick 4th of July hat." I was like, "How much did you pay for that?" And then it told me the price, and I was like, "I mean, that's." I was like, "It's not I was like, I don't know if I would have went that far, but I will say, the hat that is the hat. Like you didn't get scammed. You didn't buy like the Temu version of like what the 4th of July hat was. Like that's a pretty legit hat. Like that's what they're gonna wear. It is a clean hat. I'm just
$40 for the hat though. I'm not gonna wear it that much to.
It's a 4th of July hat. Like you're not wearing it on you're not wearing it to like, I don't know, spring training. But I guess like for the Red Sox, like the colors match, so it's like you could do like a whole outfit with it, like a game day outfit. Yeah. So like it would work, but yeah. So you're gonna go, I guess, see some fireworks and see some good old. Maybe you'll see Duke Kaboom just like fly over. Like maybe you'll do that. But I'm gonna go look at a bunch of hot dogs like on some art. I mean, there's one with the actual sea dog. Instead of eating a bat, it's eating a hot dog. As long as I got creative with it, like maybe put some like sauerkraut on it, like
Le Santon.
I mean, that's fun stuff. I mean, but it's got to be like hot dog night too. Like you gotta have hot dog night.
I think every promotion had like a hot dog night, which makes sense. Every league had a hot dog.
So, I'm going as like I'm going for credential purposes, but I'm going to the Texas Rangers low A because it's like 20 minutes from my house, and they're like promotion. So it's called the Hickory Goat Carts. And there's like actual history behind it because there's actually there used to be a company, like it was a business like in this area in like the 1900s, and they would build like wooden chariots, and their test dummies, like basically not dummies, but like their test subjects to pulling the chariot was a goat. And then they turned like the whole concept into like a go kart, and they took like the NASCAR shield and implemented it somehow because NASCAR is basically founded in like North Carolina. So they're giving out a bobblehead of the goat cart like mascot.
This is sick.
I'm going for the bobblehead because I want like me and my father-in-law, we were just like, I don't even care if we see a pitch. I just want to go for the bobblehead, but
these are sick jerseys and hats and the logos.
So I have the hat. The hat is sick. And then this is another one they did. They did like it's the Hickory Dickory Dock, like the nursery rhyme, but they took the clock and put it at like 828, which is the area code, like where the team plays. So it's kind of cool.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool touch. So they at least like when they lean into it, they do like a little bit of historical context, a little bit to it. So it's fun. So I'm excited for that. I really want the bobblehead. Like that's all I want. I was like, I'll go 3 hours early because there's no getting the bobblehead after this. I was like, I just want the bobblehead, but I'm going now as like media. So I'll be like, all right. I'm like, I better get the bobblehead. I just want the bobblehead. That's it. I just want the bobblehead. But so that those are the promotions. Now we're gonna kind of get into the nitty gritty. This is where we're not going to get as deep. We have some players we do want to get deep on. But this is where, Rob, you're going to straight up take us down the happy highway road that is the Red Sox prospect and what happened this week, what stood out. Again, we're not doing like deep dives. It's really generic this week. There is one player, though, that we are going to deep dive on just a little bit. But other than that, it's just here's the highlights. Here's what excited us. Rob, this is your lane, man. So take us down the happy highway that takes us through.
Happy highway, and we're going to start with the drive. Yoelin Cespedes. He's a 20-year-old right-handed hitter, middle infielder. Fun stat line from him this week. He went 3 for 22. Why is that fun? 3 home runs. He went 3 home runs and all of his hits. I mean, I don't think you can do better than that, right?
I mean, look, basically it's just if I'm gonna hit, it's going. Like we're going. Like it's out of here. Like it's a very feast or famine type of a week he had, but you'll take it. Like that's just nice to see. Like you're hitting dingers, man. Like you're just hitting dingers. Like let's go.
He's got 14 on the year, and no relation to Yoenis Cespedes either. Red Sox legend Yoenis Cespedes. But yeah, someone to keep an eye out for some power hitting. Maybe we just go right into Portland next. Talked a lot about them for promotion of the week. We won't get into these two guys really that much, but Brooks, Brandon, Franklin, Arias.
And to be fair, we've if you want to go back, go listen to like the first episode where we actually talked about these two pretty high on the list. So there are some really good nuggets about these guys, but yeah, we're not going to go too crazy. Just so that way we can give some shine to a lot of other guys. But
yeah, they both hit a pair of home runs. I mean, they're really hitting the ball well, especially Arias. I mean, you think he has was it 19 now he has home run wise? And Brooks Brandon's just been hitting the ball all season long. I mean, his numbers look great. So definitely two guys. I mean, everyone probably knows these guys at this point, but two guys to keep a further eye on. But another guy that's your boy Tommy on the pitching side, Blake Wehunt.
Blake Wehunt.
Oh, you want to talk about this one?
So like when I do like my pitcher of the day on Substack, I have like criteria like to me, and there's things that you kind of can turn a blind eye to. Like, all right, you got 5 innings pitched, but you walked 5 guys and only allowed 1 hit, but you punched out 9. So overall, like you could really chalk that up as like that's a pretty good outing. You don't love the walks, like you don't love free passes. But if you're going to give up those free passes, but you're going to find a way to get out of those jams, that's really nice to see, in my opinion. So again, another really good start from Blake Wehunt, a guy that we talked about pretty in depth, and I think it's a prospect that Red Sox fans should kind of tune into. Like I know, like it's so easy to tune into Anthony Hyanson. It's so easy to talk about like Kyson Witherspoon because those are guys that, I mean, those are highly touted prospects. Hyanson especially, but Kyson Witherspoon you got in the first round. So it's kind of one of those. But Wehunt's been doing a really, really good job in Portland. It's been really fun to watch. I mean, so yeah, credit to him for this start. I mean, I don't love the walks, but again, when you can get out of those jams, you only give up 1 hit, you punch out 9. That's a really nice outing. Like that's at least like stuff that's encouraging to see because you do like to like kind of see that stuff. It's like watching Bayo pitch like a lot of the times. Like and Wehunt's not Bayo, that's not what I'm saying, but it's like when you watch Bayo pitch, it's like you're going to get a shit ton of traffic every start, and you're just hoping he gets out of that jam. Like that's what it was majority of this year, but. This is nice to see. I really like what Blake Wehunt's been doing because it seems like the last 2 times that we've gotten to talk about him, it's all been positivity. He's delivered really good starts, and good for him.
Last 2 games, 11 innings, only 2 hits, 17 strikeouts.
You'll take it.
Pretty good, right?
You'll take it. Yeah.
We head up now to Worcester. Pair of hitters we want to talk about: Alan Castro, Mikey Romero. Both had a pair of homers. Castro had 8 RBIs. Mikey Romero had 9 RBIs. Just hitting the ball. I mean, I know you have a lot to say more about Mikey Romero, but some quality weeks from these 2 guys.
Yeah, what's nice too is his home run total from last year. He had in AAA, he had 45 games in AAA last year, hit 9 home runs, which is nice. He's already up to 8 right now at 69 games, so at least he's doing that. When you look at his overall slash line this year, I mean, it's a little bit better than what it was to a degree. I mean, he's hitting more for average. He's getting on base more with the walk rate, so that's nice. He was only walking 5.7%. Now it's up to 7.9, so that's really big. He's cut down the strikeout rate, so that's encouraging. That tells me the approach is changing, which is really good. He's not really hitting a lot for power. The OPS is a 688. WRC plus is at 77. Last year it was at 87, so it's slightly a step back, but nothing like super, super alarming per se. He does have 11 doubles. That's nice. The home runs right there with 8 if you're just looking at the AAA comparison. So that is there too. I mean, he's really slotted in at third base. I'm really interested to see what that looks like for the Red Sox. This year he has played, I stand corrected, he's played second base. Defensively, he's been at second base this year with a little bit of third.
Definitely see that. Definitely see that next year.
He's definitely played. So when you look at his splits, 2026, this is really like the way this is laid out is very annoying here on Fangraphs. This is very annoying. So he's played at third base. He's logged 256 innings. At second base, he's logged 228. So it's definitely telling like the Red Sox are giving him clear looks at both, which is definitely a good thing to have because, again, like, I mean, I think Durbin's going to lock down the third base position.
He's been really good.
Yeah, he's been really good. I don't think that's going to change. But, I mean, Mikey Romero, like, it depends. And again, like, there's a lot of shuffling pieces. Like, what does Meyer look like? How long is Trevor Story for this franchise? Like, conversations we don't know. Like, where do they put Franklin Arias? Like, where does he slot in? Does he take over at shortstop? Does he play second? It's just so many different conversations, but Mikey Romero could be definitely a guy that you could look to plug in, or, you know, if they have to, you know, move on to some capacity. I mean, I don't know if I would do that, but
he had a fantastic June. I'm just reading through his stats right now. 19 games, 70 at bats. He had 5 home runs and 2 doubles, a triple. He had a slash line of 300, 375, and 571 slugging, 940 OPS in the month of June. He hasn't touched over anything 800 OPS at all this year in a month. So he's really had a great month.
The defense looks better at second base too, which is really nice. Anything to fill the second base hole. That's really. But this is definitely a really big week for Romero. Like, this is probably his biggest week in terms of production. Like, I'll take it. Two of his 8 home runs have come this week. So, I mean, but it's good. I mean, you want to see that. I think, like, overall though, the approach is changed, and that's like good to see. Like, I'm pretty encouraged with the walk rate going up and the strikeout rate going down. Like, that's good stuff to see. Do you want to hit anything on Castro, or can we do like a nice quick deep dive into the one and only Stanley Tucker?
Yeah, I think we're ready to go into Stanley Tucker. He was a 2023 19th round draft pick from Texas A&M. Been in the league for a couple of years. Been in the Red Sox organization since 2023. I mean, do you want to talk about him a bit, or should I just go over some of these numbers from year by year?
Do the numbers, the year by year. We can do a little bit in depth, and we'll just that's just the usual. Yeah.
So his first year, minor league ball, 67 at bats, 5 extra base hits, struck out a decent amount, 23 strikeouts to 7 walks, batted 149, OPS below 600. Had a great first year. You move into that second year, he had a lot of at-bats, 221, doubled his extra base hits because of that with 10, but still had 2 home runs, and the strikeout total to walk was 61 to 23. So still striking out a lot, but the walks definitely improved. Stolen base-wise, though, we were able to see a lot more from him. He was 23 of 30 for stolen bases that year, but still hitting below 200 with an OPS below 600. That season ended due to a torn labrum from a dislocated shoulder, and he didn't play at all in 2025, which brings us to 2026. 164 at-bats, up to 17 extra base hits, including 6 home runs, so smashing his numbers from previously. 31 Ks to 19 walks. That's the number I like to see. Pretty much slashed his strikeouts in half. Walks still look great, and he's 25-28 on stolen bases with an OPS about 800-ish, batting 274. So he's looked really good, especially last month in June. OPS almost 1,000 with 6 extra base hits, 7 stolen bases, 7 walks, 13 strikeouts. So he's really starting to form into a ball player here.
Yeah, he's so this year he's got 32 games with Salem. Then he moved on up to Greenville, where he really slashed like a ton there. I mean, it wasn't bad, but he got bumped up to Portland, and he's been a monster in Portland. Like, he's been really, really good in Portland. That's the nice thing I'm seeing. You look at overall, he's walking at a 10.2% rate. Overall for the season, it's 11.8% in Portland right now. Granted, it's 6 games, but in those 6 games, he's got a home run. He scored 4 runs. He's driven in 4. He's already stolen 3 bags. So that's good news. He's striking out the same rate he's walking. So that's nice to see. The ISO is a 429, so the power there is evident right now in Portland to start. He's killing the baseball right now. It's been really fun to see. He's hitting 429 with a 529 OBP, an 857 slug with a 1387 OPS with a 249 WRC plus. Like, it's the best he's looked. The sample size is small, but evidently there's something special about Portland. The guys that are there, like, they're hitting, and Stanley Tucker's been a pretty big part of that. So I'm pretty thrilled with what I've gotten to see. He's a really good kid. We got to interview him. He's a really fun personality, a really outgoing personality. The thing that's like really enjoyable about a lot of these guys is like when you do talk to them and you just try to monitor them, it's like they're guys that, I mean, they have a goal in mind, and that's to get to the big leagues. And they always have the goal in mind that they want to get better, they want to improve, and they want to they almost play with a big chip on their shoulder, and they're easy people to root for because it's like we'd love to see you get there. And it's cool to see like the progression, the way you laid it out, and just how good it's been. And then you even look at this year, like if you look at his overall production in Salem and Greenville, it wasn't the sexiest of numbers, but he gets to Portland and he just took off. And I mean, good for him. Like, he gets promoted and you now get to see what he's made of. And he's had some good game-winning hits too, like being up there. It's just fun to watch, and he's an easy player to root for. And I wish him nothing but the best in Portland. And I'm excited to see how his progression really gets, like, from this point on, getting more at bats and getting adjusted to Double-A ball. Like, he evidently outgrew, Salem and Greenville, which is nice. But the Jake Bennett trade, I do want to touch on that before we get into the really big nitty gritty. I think the Red Sox have won this trade. To start, I know it's so easy to say because Luis Perales is in. He is in. He's still in AAA, but Jake Bennett has just been really everything you could ask for. There's not really much. I mean, and he's not like the flashiest. Like, you look at his like baseball savant, like the K percentage is a 32 32nd percentile. The whiff rate is 46. It's like he really is the polar opposite of Craig Breslow's prototypical pitcher. Like, he doesn't have the craziest fastball velo, but he has such a calm demeanor. He keeps himself composed. I think that's my favorite part about all these rookies, Early, Tolley, Bennett. They have a really good way of carrying themselves, and the way they are on the mound, like their mound presence, like they're rookies, but they don't look like rookies. Like they have a really nice way. Like when they're out there, you feel really good about them. I've said it a million times. I feel comfortable more with the kids than I do the veterans, and that's really more to Bayo. And like, if they did end up trading Sonny Gray for whatever reason they choose to, like, I feel good with those three out there. And like, that's your future. And I think you're going to have a tough conversation at some point. Somebody is going to have to go, because you have Anthony Ianson, and that is a kid that I think he's going to probably show he's ready. And it's going to be like, I think it's going to end up being like a Connolly Early situation where you see this kid in spring, he gives you every reason to put him on the roster. Like, that's what it does. Like, that's pretty much what it boils down to. But Jake Bennett's been great. 99th percentile chase rate, 98th percentile walk rate, keeps the ball on the ground, limits his hard contact. He's been really fun to watch. And his last few starts, they've been really dynamite. Like, he had a really nice start. I mean, the Rocky start was great. 6 innings, 9 strikeouts, no earned runs. Follows that up against the Yankees, where he didn't get no hit into the 5th. He didn't have the crazy strikeouts, but he got the job done, and he looked great doing it.
They're going to rely a lot on him. I mean, especially with these injuries that we talked about earlier. I mean, he has to be one of the guys you got to look for. I mean, he's been looking great, though, like you said, 7 starts.
It's nice. It's nice too, because look, like, you go back to like May 1st, and he comes up, he gets that start against the Astros, 5 innings. Then he starts against the Rays. Like, sure, he got knocked around a little bit, 4 earned runs. 5.1 innings. Then he, gets obviously brought back up because Bayo's been so bad. But it's 5 innings against the Rays. Then he goes 5.1. His last 3 starts, he's been able to go 6+ innings and is giving you length. So that's a guy that's getting comfortable, like just being on the mound and just is delivering. I mean, the whip is an 0.98. Like, if you get base traffic, I mean, good luck, like kudos to you if you do. I mean, I love what he's done, and I'm very thrilled like watching him, and it's just another it's really a feather in the cap of Craig Breslow. It's another player that he went out and got and is performing. You look at all the guys that are doing well, and they're all Craig Breslow guys.
Do you think Jake Bennett gets starts next year when everyone's healthy?
So that's my thing. What do you do with all these arms? Like, somebody has to go. And what are you going to trot out there? Like an all lefty rotation? Like, what are we going to do? Like,
Crochet and Suarez, obviously, they're in there.
And then you got – and Tolley's not going anywhere. And then you have like this – but then it's like, who do you feel better with? Like, and look, you can do the Dodgers thing where it's like we have so much pitching and blah, 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 and depth is great. But it's like, yeah, depth is great. But you can only like fit in so many guys. And right now it's working for a team like the Dodgers because Blake Snell's not even close to coming back. Tyler Glasnow, I don't even think is going to return until September. They just have guys that they trot out there and they're performing well. That's just what the Dodgers do. They do it every year. The amount of money the Dodgers have on the IL right now is kind of stupid. Like, it really is. Like, but the depth they have is just enormous. And I understand that's like part of it, but at some point you're going to have to, if all these guys belong, somebody's going to have to go. I think it's going to be one of those things like, the Red Sox need to trade an outfielder. Okay, figure out who it is. It's going to be a painful trade. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. Like, I think whoever they do trade from the outfield, it's going to be a tough loss regardless. I have a feeling, obviously, it's going to be Jarren Duran. But, when he is on and he is on his game, like, he's shown he could be a really good player. So it's going to be one of those tough things. Like, trading Connolly early is going to be a pretty tough pill to swallow if they did. Do you trade Jake Bennett? Like, that'd be kind of a tough pill to swallow. Like, I think he's shown he could be anywhere to a mid to back end rotation without question. What do you envision Anthony Ianson being? Like, if that's a guy they envision in the rotation, similar to what Early was this year, then it's like, all right, somebody does have to go. And I don't think it's going to be, Ranger Suarez, like the guy they just signed. Like, that would just be a fucking stupid look for the front office, And Ranger's been so good this year too. So it's just
you got to keep him. You can't get rid of Crochet. Those two are locks.
No, yeah, those two aren't going anywhere. But it's like you have these kids. You built this pipeline, and I love this pipeline. I think it's great. I don't think you're factoring in guys like Marcus Phillips yet. Kyson Witherspoon, like, I think they're another year away from really having this conversation. But I think Anthony Ianson is really in this conversation, similar to what Early was last year. It's going to be really fascinating to see what they do and what they do evaluate, because I think what the Mariners are doing, yes, their starters agreed to it. Like, they agreed to do the piggyback thing. I also think that's how they lost the game against us. Bryce Miller was dealing. I don't think it was a velo thing coming down. Like, he was dealing. And the minute they pulled him, I'm like, the Red Sox are going to win this game. It's kind of like sometimes how those things go. They're having a tough conversation because I hate to say it, Cade Anderson's fucking ready. He just is. He looks ready. Like, I don't know what he's still doing in Double-A right now, but that's a guy that's knocking on the door. But they already have 6 arms. So how many of those arms do they have to move to make room? Unless they put some guys in the bullpen. But it's like, when you look at that Mariners rotation, it's like those guys, they all belong there. Like, Brian Wu is really good. Bryce Miller is the best pitcher in that rotation right now. You look at George Kirby, like, very good pitcher. Logan Gilbert, when he's on, very tough opponent to face. Emerson Hancock has surprisingly been a very good pitcher for them this year. And then Luis Castillo's the veteran. Like, even moving him to the bullpen, that's fine. But you bring in Cade Anderson in the conversation, where do you put all these guys? Like, something has to give, and that's the same conversation the Red Sox are going to have. They're doing the piggyback thing for now, but I don't think that's going to fly forever, like, and that's not even including Ryan Sloan. Like, that's another one. We're going to get to some of these guys, but that's another one. Like, they have so many arms that it's like, all right, like, how do we make all these guys fit? But that's just how it's going to be. And I'm curious what they do. But now that we're on to the fun stuff, this is where we're going to get into the nitty gritty. We're going to talk the futures game. So take us away there, big pal.
Yeah, so we got a futures roster that came out. It's a minor league all-star game from all levels. So the Red Sox have 2 players on it. We won't go into their scouting grades too much because I know we want to cover some of the draft grades or the draft projections. But Franklin Arias, number 1 Red Sox prospect, number 7 in the MLB. He was selected to this roster. He has a slash line of 332, 418, 602, 17 homers. No brainer for him to be on this list. I expect him to be on this list. I think everyone would. And then another guy that we were talking about a little bit earlier, Anthony Ianson, number 2 in the Red Sox organization, number 55 in the MLB. He's had a great year as well, what we've talked about. 13 games, 55 innings, 71 strikeouts to 20 walks. Opponents are hitting 151 off of him with a whip of .86. That's insane. So those are the 2 Red Sox prospects that are in the futures game coming up next week. And I know there's some guys that you're interested in watching, but I don't know if you want to talk about these guys first.
It's exciting. I mean, if you're a Red Sox fan, you definitely, obviously, if you've been, if you haven't been tuning in, it's like you definitely should. You definitely should tune into these guys for sure. I think if you're into prospects and you want to see some of the young up and coming talent, like the futures game is a great way to do it. I mean, the way this roster is, and you're it's some of the best prospects that you'll see pretty much in this tournament at this game, and it'll be really fun. I don't know why I said tournament. It's a game. I don't know why I said tournament. My brain just completely just dipped. But I do think it's fun. It's going to be a really fun way to kind of see what these guys look like against some of these really good talents that are also part of this league, and it's exciting. I'm excited. I think it's going to be really fun. I'm definitely going to watch it. So that's going to be exciting. So
yeah, so that's Sunday at noon, and we'll be talking about it on Monday, as well as the draft. But do you want to talk about any of these guys that you want to talk about? Prospects?
Yeah, I'm so just real quick. I'll go through some of these and it's just for me as I like to monitor these prospects. I like to watch some of them when I can through the MLB app. I think a fun one is Gage Wood from the Phillies. I think his ceiling is much higher than what Andrew Painter's is. That guy, he's been really good across the minors. I mean, he got promoted to Double-A, and he's been really good so far. Started 7 games, 25.2 innings, just 11 earned runs, a 3.86 ERA. He's been great, but you look at the stuff under the hood. Throws a ton of strikes, 96th percentile in CSW percentage, 88th percentile in whiff. The walk rate's really good. The strikeout rate's up. I'm really excited to watch him pitch. I mean, he's really fun to. he's just a really fun pitcher to watch. I mean, when the Phillies got to draft him, I was like, great. They drafted the kid who pitched a no-hitter in the College World Series. That's fun. I was like, of course they did. But he's a really good player to watch. And then I think we get to the other ones. It's a lot of guys that you should know. Seth Hernandez leads MILB in strikeouts right now. He's the pitcher from the Pirates. Throws a ton of gas. Really good secondaries. He's really fun. Ryan Sloan's another one. His on the surface numbers, not the greatest, but you look under the hood, really good pitcher. He pitches with Cade Anderson in Arkansas. So they have a really nice tandem of prospects there from the pitcher side. And then I think you look at the hitting side of things, it's Eli Willits from the Nationals. That's a guy that he's going to be so good, and the Nationals really are waiting pretty much for him to come up. Like, I think, like, when this season started, like, that's what we're just like, all right, they're going to punt till 2028 till this kid is ready. And essentially, that's kind of the case. Like, I mean, they're good right now. Like, they're playing a good brand of baseball, but he's been really nice in the minors. I mean, right now he's in high A. Like, that's the furthest he's made it right now. But overall, he's hitting 278 while slugging 500 with a 912 OPS. Like, he's got 12 homers on the year, 6 in low A, 6 in high A. So it's nice. Slugged 500 in both, so it's pretty solid, consistent for power. Like, Leo DeVries, the one that the Padres decided to stupidly give the A's, which makes just no fucking sense for, like, I love Mason Miller, but it's like, all right, AJ Preller, like, what kind of drugs did you do before you submitted that to to the league? Like, just, yeah, very dumb, very, very, very dumb. He's doing really well in Double A compared to last year. The on base is up, the average is up, the slug is slightly down. He's got a 794 OPS, but he does have 10 home runs, which he had 15 all of last year, like through the entirety of the minors. So not bad for the sample size, like in significantly less at bats to be at that rate. He's already stolen 28 bases this year. So he's only been caught stealing 5 times. He's got 73 strikeouts, 36 walks. Yeah, he's a really fun one. Like, another player that the A's have in their system. Charlie Condon's been really good too for the in the Rocky system. Kind of curious when he's actually going to come up. Granted, he does hit in a very, like, hitter friendly ballpark. But, I mean, he's tearing the cover off the ball. Like, he's been really, really good. Between him and Zach Veen, I'm, like, curious when they come up. I mean, he's having a really, really good year. He's hitting 294 with a 415 on base, a 601 slug, and a 1016 OPS. Already has 20 home runs on the year. He had 14 all of last season. He's already driven in 60 runs, hitting for enormous power. Like, the ISO went from 175 last year to 308. So, I mean, he's doing really, really well. The WOBA is a 120. WOBA plus is a 120. Really cool stat by TJ Stats. Like, they have some really good stuff. And then the last one, no one probably knows him, but it's Walker Jenkins. I think that's another one that for the Twins, he's had a really nice year. It's just fun to, like, monitor other prospects that are going on. So that's pretty much for right now, that is pretty much the one and only futures game. So I'm excited to tune into that. I know that'll obviously be on, like, while baseball's still on, because, why not? Just why not? But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up with draft talk. Do you have a target?
I left that to the college baseball guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So what are you thinking? They have the 20th pick in the draft.
So, okay, I'll start this right off the bat. I will start this with who I want them to get. Like, this is who, like, if I'm Craig Breslow, this is who I want to draft. I want to take Daniel Jackson out of the University of Georgia. Catcher, can really hit. Like, I mean, Von Lackey is the prolific catcher in this draft. He's going to go top 3. If he falls past 3, I will be very shocked. I have a very strong feeling if the White Sox do pass on Von Lackey at number 1, I think the Rays actually go ahead and do that. It would give them, even though Caden Bodine right now is the best catching prospect that the Rays have, I think Von Lackey would top that. And I love what Caden Bodine did at Coastal Carolina. Like, when the Orioles took him, I was like, God damn it. Like, I was like, damn it, you went to Baltimore. And then Baltimore traded him in the Shane Bass trade. And I was like, that's a fucking snag for the Rays. Like, that's going to be really good. But Daniel Jackson is a very good player. He can play multiple positions, which is great. Like, he did see some time in the outfield. But he started all 63 games for the Bulldogs. 53 of them were behind the plate. And he was regarded as the best catcher in college baseball this year. He won the Buster Posey Award, which goes out to the nation's top catcher at the collegiate level. He was also the recipient for the 2026 season, being recognized. Yeah, that's the best catcher. Then he also claimed the Bobby Bregan National Collegiate Slugger Award. And at the time, I did write this on the Substack. He was a finalist for the Golden Spikes Award. He ended up winning the Golden Spikes Award. So he outbeat Roch Chalowski and Landon Hairston. So, yeah, really, really good player. He's got really good pop time, so that's a plus. But when it comes to hitting, this is really, really nice. You didn't really run on him. The defense still needs work based on like a lot of different scouting reports that are out there. But development's not linear. That's the case with any prospect. But Georgia led all Division I baseball in home runs. They scored the second most runs. Jackson played a huge, huge role. He had 100 hits this season. He set a career high in home runs with 32, drove in 87 runs, finished the season with 212 total bases. First catcher in Division I history to have at least 30 home runs and 25 stolen bases. Slash 379, 473, 803 this season, and he won the Triple Crown. Really good raw power, a raw power hitting catcher. I think that would be an absolute steal. And really just my mindset is if you can get not like a generational talent hitting catcher, but if you can get like a really good one, I think that goes a really long ways. Like look at the guys you see around the league right now. Like just how many different hitting catchers there are. Like look at Dylan Dingler. Look at like obviously Cal Raleigh's having a tough year, but even Cal Raleigh, you look at Hunter Goodman, you know, some of these guys that can hit. Drake Baldwin, I mean, I know like he's in a bit of a slump right now coming back from the injury, but that's a guy that's been really, really good, you know, in his short sample of a year and a half. Carter Jensen's another one, like he can hit really well. I'm not going to call him generational, but it's a catcher that can hit, can give you production. So I would be very happy. That's where I would go personally. So the Red Sox have been linked to a few different guys. One they've been consistently linked to, and this is kind of where I'm going now at this point. I'm going based off of what mock drafts have consistently had the Red Sox linked to. And the one pitcher that they've been pretty consistently linked to mostly is Hunter Dietz out of Arkansas. So another SEC arm. Breslow loves those. Scouting grades. He has a 60-plus fastball. He's got a 55 curveball. The control is a 50. The sliders is 60. So that's really good. This year was really his big year. He spent all 3 years at Arkansas. Hardly pitched in 2024, 2025. 2026, he makes 16 starts, 85.2 innings, has a 3.57 ERA and a 1.19 whip. So that's nice. I mean, he's got a really good fastball, can get up to 98 with it. Then you got some good secondaries that pair with it. I mean, it's a lefty, so it's not something necessarily the Red Sox need, but and it's not the route I would personally go if I was that, like for a pitcher. Like I personally don't want like Dietz. I like Dietz. But yeah, I want, if they really were to do a pitcher, like if they were to go grab one, I would I always botch his name and he pitches for my team that I root for. Cole Carlone out of Arizona State. 45.3% whiff rate. He was a reliever last year for Arizona State, moved up to a starter this year and was really good. 3.87 ERA. He had the third most innings in D1. He finished third in strikeouts with 133. Really good pitcher, really good fastball, really big, lanky, tall, like pitcher. So another Breslow type. So that's the other one. And then you got the high school kid, Bo Lawrence, which I think that wouldn't be so bad. I mean, he's out of high school, so it would take time, but you would get a pretty talented young pitcher like right out of high school, or a young position player out of high school. It's a shortstop, so I think that would be helpful. Like if you're looking to really shore up your position player, depth for the infield, and then I mean, that's pretty much really the targets. Those are most of them, really, the ones that are consistently linked. But yeah, I mean, if you're me, I want Daniel Jackson. That's like who I want. Now, what they do is a completely different conversation. But I want Daniel Jackson because he's projected to fall anywhere between 17 and 39. So it just really depends, obviously, how the draft falls. But we know how Breslow is. He's going to probably go ahead and grab a pitcher.
Yeah, pitchers in the last 2 years for their first-round picks. But you really sold me on Daniel Jackson. I mean, those power numbers are nutty. 32 home runs as a catcher in college.
He was good. I mean, and he gets a little overshadowed because of Von Lackey, and rightfully so. Von Lackey's a tremendous talent. I mean, very good baseball player. Like he's very very worthy of being that top pick, and I hope he doesn't go to the Rays because that would really suck. Because the Rays would be getting like a very, very good almost MLB ready position player. It's what makes this draft so fascinating. Like what the White Sox do is so intriguing because you have the Rays and the Twins that really are sitting there like, all right, we could really get like, and obviously that's the case for a lot of drafts. Like you're going to get a game changing talent, but a lot of these guys have really high ceilings. Like I think Roch Chalowski, like I don't know what his development looks like, but that's a guy that if you're ready to compete, he's a very plug-in, like going to be ready pretty quick. Where if they went Grady Emerson, you're looking at a guy that you're going to take some time. You're not going to rush him. You're going to develop him and then give it like 1 or 2 years and a full development, probably going to be ready. Von Lackey, yeah, we'll see how that goes, but that's probably a guy that's going to come in relatively quick. Twins need a lot. The Rays, if they get him, that'll just fucking suck because that's just a lot. Dude, him, Caminero, Yandy Diaz, Jonathan Ronda in that lineup would fucking suck. Like, that's just a lot of power, like a lot of raw power in that lineup, and I just would not be a fan. I just wouldn't. But if you're the Red Sox, I think they need position players. I think you need high-end ones, and you need ones that can hit. And if you look at the Red Sox catcher position, not a lot of hitting. And I think you need a pretty prolific catcher back there. So I would like Daniel Jackson because you can work on the defense and you can work on that stuff. But from a hitting standpoint, like that's somebody I want. Like I think the floor is great, and I think the ceiling could be even greater. So we'll see. The draft does start Saturday, so you will see first round selections made Saturday, and then it'll finish up on Sunday. So. And then we will talk about the picks on Sunday. That's what Monday is going to be. Monday is going to be just a straight up draft recap type of show. We'll give you the nitty gritties of everything else. Then we'll move on to the draft. But final thoughts, Rob, before we get out of here for the evening.
Yeah. Looking at the drafts, first round pick, 20th pick, they forfeited their second round pick due to the signing of Ranger Suarez, but they got a competitive balance pick right after the second round from the Caleb Durbin trade, so not really losing a whole lot there. First 4 rounds on the draft are this Saturday at 1, followed by 5 through 20, 11 or 11:30, I think, on Sunday, and then we get the Futures game on Monday. Or no, Futures game. Now I'm getting all mixed up, but we'll be able to talk all about it.
We got a lot to discuss.
But yeah, feeling good. Gonna go watch some USA soccer, and
hell yeah,
been a good night.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go either watch House of the Dragon or wrap up this Yankees-Rays game that's going on. So, but yeah, this is another episode of Green Monster Prospects. Thank you for everyone that tuned in. Make sure to check it out throughout the week. Definitely tune into the draft. And we will see you guys next week. Peace.